an omnipotent, omniscient God exist?
No, it doesn't. Happy Sunday, by the way. Hello there, dearest viewer, and welcome back to the channel that does to creation what the Death Star did to Alderaan. Give a man a toy, yeah, and look what happens. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. Now, if you do like this video, please like, share, subscribe. That would be amazing. Thank you all so much. Or you could come and join me on Patreon or become a channel member. These beautiful people did that very thing. Thank you so much to my patrons and channel members. Patrons Sven Bellens, Bob Sadler, Alan L, Cheeky Vlogs, Crystal Bergero, and to my channel members Sven Bellens, Cheeky Vlogs, and Dr. Osiris. Come and join us. Links are in the description. Now, before we get into the meat and to veg of this video, I'd just like to give a quick honorary mention to Matt Powell. Yes, that famous prankster. Now, in his latest prank video, and I use the term prank video quite wrongly, he goes into several food establishments and orders food a little bit too loud on account that he's wearing an enormous pair of headphones. Now, this sort of prank has been done to death, and sometimes it's really funny. Even though you've seen it before, sometimes it's really, really funny. But, as we all know, Matt Powell is devoid of any comedic skills or comedy timing whatsoever. And, you know, when God was handing out humour or a sense of humour, Matt, being the prankster that he is, deliberately got into the wrong cue. So, what we're going to have a look at is just one instance of where absolutely nobody laughs. Nobody's in on this prank apart from the cameraman and Matt himself. And it's just an unenviable cringe fest. It's, oh my God, I almost feel sorry for Matt Powell here. Anyway, let's have a quick look, shall we?
I'd like a Whataburger with extra cheese and a chocolate chip cookie as well.
Now, this poor guy who was listening to all that just then obviously isn't in on the prank. And he doesn't find it funny, which is even worse. And putting some French music over the top of your video just makes it even more cringe. It's just not funny. Anyway, Powell, if you're watching, I got hold of a video from something called a TikTok, and this is how to do a prank. This made me laugh. This is comedy. Now, that is how you do a prank video. Powell, are you listening? Are you watching? Because if you didn't get the gist of it, some guys put a speaker inside somebody's suitcase, play porn through it at top whack at a busy airport. There's about half a dozen people in on the gag. They was all laughing. Obviously, the victim wasn't laughing because he's not in on it, but that's what made it funny. That's comedy. Now, Powell, if you're wanting a career in comedy or if you're wanting to do more prank videos, I urge you to watch videos like this. Take some tips and, you know, perhaps do a script and have more people in on the gag. Because nobody is laughing at your videos. Nobody is laughing with you on your videos. So, what I urge you to do is, like I said, take some tips from other videos. But first, I recommend that you develop a sense of humour because you are apparently a humorless turd. You have no comic skills whatsoever and no comedy timing whatsoever. So, I would learn those skills first before you venture off into the world of comedy. Now, we're done with him. Let's get on with the meat and two veg of this video. And this guy is a young earth creationist like Matt Powell, who believes that dinosaurs lived with man and he wants to separate fact from fiction. It's not going to go very well.
Have you ever heard the phrase, it is easier to believe a lie that one has heard 1,000 times than to believe a fact that one has never heard before?
No.
Undoubtedly, millions or billions of people have heard their entire lives that dinosaurs evolved and then went extinct millions of years ago, tens of millions of years before humans evolved.
Ah, I see where you're going with this. You're going to tell us it's all a lie now, aren't you?
Such purportedly factual teachings are then often accompanied by captivating illustrations of all sorts of dinosaurs, but never with any human beings.
I like how you've snuck the word purportedly into your little sentence there. Very, very sneaky, and in my opinion, very, very dishonest as well. The reason why humans and dinosaurs are never portrayed as living together is because they never did.
As we've been told thousands or millions of times, human beings never lived with dinosaurs. And if you believe otherwise, you're crazy.
Wow, such a sweeping statement from such a judgmental little turd. What I'm going to do from now on, and what I've done in the past, is trust the evidence provided by paleontologists and geologists over your opinion, because that's all you've got. You've just got an opinion.
I suppose more than any other question that Apologetics Press tackles, we get more criticism from atheists, evolutionists, and even many Christians regarding our material on dinosaurs, especially when that material is illustrated.
Well, could the reason that you're receiving so much flack and so much criticism, even from your own side, could the reason be that you are wrong? I think I am right, and I know that you are wrong.
The impression I've gotten from some through the years is, how dare you talk about God creating these animals with human beings thousands and not millions of years ago? Don't you know that these animals prove evolution to be true?
Oh, you've gone from a judgmental little turd to a lying little turd. Now stop it. Stop fibbing. It is not on. Nobody ever says that dinosaurs are proof of evolution. Nobody would say something so stupid, because dinosaurs are not proof of evolution. When we find fossils in the ground, we dig up these fossils, we date these fossils, and these are evidence of the dinosaurs' existence. That is it. It's not proof of anything.
Then there have been those puzzling times when Christians have been in full agreement that God indeed created dinosaurs and dinosaur-like aerial and aquatic creatures on days 5 and 6 of creation. And yet the moment we show an illustration of what that may have looked like, some think we've gone mad.
Very, very sneaky again, trying to sneak in that God created dinosaurs, even though dinosaurs are not mentioned in the Bible. Now, I'll give you that the word dinosaur is a relatively recent invention, but the description of dinosaurs isn't mentioned in the Bible. The closest we get is Leviathan and Behemoths, which could easily describe crocodiles and hippos and elephants. We have no descriptions in the Bible whatsoever of, a meat-eating 30-foot dinosaur, for instance. We don't have that anywhere in the Bible. So, yeah, you're mad.
The conversation goes something like this. You can't show a picture of a dinosaur along with a human being.
No, you can't, because that would be a lie. Or, my new favourite word, fibbing. That would be fibbing. I love the way Brummies say fibbing. They say, oh look, he's fibbing. He's fibbing. I love that word, fibbing. I'm going to use it more in conversation.
Wait, I thought you said you believe that God made dinosaurs during the same creation week in which he made elephants, alligators, and human beings.
Elephants and alligators. In other words, behemoths and leviathans.
I do believe that, but such illustrations look crazy.
Because they are crazy and untrue.
Why do they look crazy? I've just never seen anything like that. Plus, you don't just show humans and dinosaurs in the same picture, you show them close together. You sometimes show people killing them or even taming them. That surely never happened. Why do you think that? They were terrifying creatures that humans couldn't have gotten close to. What makes you think that? Everything I've ever read and watched. I would like to ask you to consider two things. First, remember that it's easier to believe a lie that you've heard 1,000 times than the truth that you've only heard once.
See, I'm still not going along with that because I've heard the lie that God exists for decades now and well over 1,000 times. So, and I still don't believe a God exists.
And second, ask yourself, what should we believe and teach, and what kind of artwork should we use to illustrate biblical and historical truth given the following evidence?
Biblical and historical truth are two entirely different entities. There is no truth in the Bible, but there is historical truth because we have documented evidence. We have physical evidence of what happened in the past actually happened. We have no physical evidence, for example, for a God existing, Jesus existing, creation. We have no physical evidence of this whatsoever.
First, an omnipotent, omniscient God exists.
No, just simply saying that a God exists isn't good enough. We have to have some evidence, but you can't evidence the supernatural because by definition supernatural is supernatural. So you can't show evidence of it. There'll never ever be evidence for the supernatural, which by definition this God of yours is supernatural. He performs miracles that cannot be performed by us mere mortals. Yet he can't build a boat or write a book. So, we have to show evidence for this God. Nobody's ever seen it. Nobody's ever conversed with it. Like I said, nobody's ever seen any miracles performed by this omnipotent being. There's no evidence for it. So come on. If you've got some evidence, let's see it.
If a person doesn't believe this most important foundational truth, talking about the subject of dinosaurs and humans will likely be unproductive. If a person comes to believe in God based upon the evidence for his existence, as we discuss in many other videos, he should consider that Almighty God would have the power to create dinosaurs alongside human beings during the creation week, if he so chose.
Great, fantastic. So, why doesn't it say this in the Bible then? Why doesn't it say dinosaurs existed in the Bible? It doesn't. It doesn't even describe them to any certain degree. Leviathans and behemoths could easily be described as alligators, crocodiles, hippos, elephants, giraffes, etc., etc. There's no mention of a 30-foot tall creature with tiny arms and a big tail swooshing to one side to the other, eating everything in its path. Absolutely no description whatsoever. And there's other things wrong with the Bible. What? God made whales. I don't mean the country, magnificent country though it is. He didn't, he made whales, but he didn't give them gills so they could breathe through the water as they swam. No, they've got to come up for air and breathe the same air that we breathe. It's absolute man. There's so many things wrong with the Bible. I'm not going to go into them all here because I'll be here for another 1,000 flipping years. I'm angry now.
Second, the Bible is the Word of God.
Wow, so this magnificent, omniscient, omnipotent being can create the sun, the moon, the stars, all living things on this planet, including trees, whales, dinosaurs, man. He can create all of that, but he can't write a book? Give me a break. I'm done with this. We're going to have to cover more of this crap in a future video, I think, because I'm just beginning to get a little bit annoyed. No, that's all him done, dusted and delivered for your viewing displeasure just for the time being. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, will you? Consider subscribing and please comment below as well because I like to read all your comments. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to join me this Wednesday for a Wacky Wednesday video, 8 p.m. I promise I will be live this Friday, 7 p.m. And please don't forget to join me this time next Sunday for another Sunday Stupid video. Alrighty? I love you all to the moon and back. Thank you all so much for joining me, and ta-ra for a beat.